Well, this weekend, new rules went into effect in the real estate world. Here to explain and sponsoring our segment this afternoon is managing broker from Main Place Real Estate, Chris Harrison. Chris, welcome.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
How are you doing?
Very good. Thanks for having me.
How's the real estate market doing? I mean, these new rules, this is...
Yeah.
You know, this is quite the change depending on who you are in the market.
It is. It's a change that a lot of people, well, really anyone that's bought a home has never had to work with this before. And the new rule that's in place is anyone that wants to see a home with a real estate agent that's on the market must sign a buyer agreement before they look at that home.
So this mostly impacts buyers.
Correct.
And I'm just going to repeat what you said, make sure I understand it.
Yes.
If you're a buyer, you want to buy a house,
yep,
and you're working with a real estate agent or a brokerage,
yep,
you have to sign an agreement with them before you get into any of the nitty-gritty.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And what a lot of companies do, and what our company is doing, is if you call us and say, hey, Chris, I'm really interested in looking at this house, and say, have you bought a home before? And you go, no, I haven't. This is our first thing. What we'll do is we'll say, why don't you come meet at our office? Come to our office. We're going to go through the entire process with you. And at the end of you understanding that process, we will say, in order to show you homes, we do have a broker agreement that we have to execute. And that's required. It's by law. All realtors have to do this now.
So the process is fairly simple, just kind of...
As far as the broker agreement, yes.
The broker agreement. Why was this implemented in the first place, and how does it benefit the buyer?
So the important thing is for a buyer is they need to know who is working for them and that buyer is working and that buyer's agent is working in their best interest. Before, it was always a little muddy as to, well, who is representing the buyer and who is compensating the buyer. So with the new rules in place, the buyer executes an agreement with the agency, and that outlines what the agency is going to do for them. That also outlines that the agency, the broker, is going to be entitled to compensation when they close on a home. Now, what we do with the compensation is, in our contracts, we're still able to ask the seller to help pay the commission for the brokers.
So some of the outcomes are still very similar to what they used to be in the past. This is about transparency. This is about making sure that people understand what they're agreeing to, who's benefiting in the process.
Yep, absolutely. Transparency is, you know, I think in politics and in business, it's an overused word, but in this case, it really is relevant that transparency is important, because before somebody could go buy a home, you'd use a broker. As a buyer, you didn't know what I was being compensated. You didn't really even know if I was doing my job or who was paying me. With this agreement in place, there's a clear definition of what my responsibility is to you and how I will be compensated for that.
That's awesome. It's just like any kind of paperwork or agreement that you do. It's good to get it all out there in the beginning, all out there at the front. Then you can run hard towards what you're trying to go after. How is the real estate market right now?
It's good. Interest rates are ticking down a little bit. They've softened. We do have inventory on the market. Don't be scared by the headlines that say there's no inventory. There is inventory on the market. We do still have situations where we'll get multiple offers once in a while, especially on newly listed, well-priced homes. But there are homes out there. It used to be homes would sell in hours. Now they're selling in days and weeks at least. So it gives buyers a little more breathing room.
That's awesome. And I know it's a complicated process. We have about 30 seconds here. If people do have questions, if people are trying to get into the process, it's so important to have professionals, people that know what they're doing, to walk you through everything from like the buyer agreements to just the final part of the sale. Tell us about Main Place Real Estate and just why you're so important to your clients.
Yeah, we're based in Decatur, but we really work all of Central Illinois, and we know buying a home is a complex and emotional process, and it's a big financial decision. So we want to make sure everyone knows all the steps along the way, and we do this every day. Everyone else, you do your job, you do your job. We help people buy and sell homes, and that's what we do.
That's awesome. Well, appreciate you coming in here today and just shedding some light on this. You know, anytime the rules change, it's good to be educated. It's good to be aware. And you guys are there to help people walk through that process.
There's going to be a lot of headlines about it, so call Main Place for questions.
That's awesome. And we're going to make sure that if you want to connect with Main Place Real Estate, who we appreciate sponsoring our segment today, just head over to ciLiving.tv. We'll have all the details over there.